Sorry to keep you waiting. Complicated business.
Hi, fellow patriots. This is Peter Boykin from hashtag Go Right. Share this right now. Time to go right. A low IQ ABC News commentator suggests Americans that are angry over the FBI raiding Trump's home are neo-Nazis because Merrick Garland is Jewish. Really?
Well, it's very, very difficult. This is all in a polarized environment, which this environment right now is so dangerous and delicate, and it's so supercharged with calls for violence. That's why I think, as somebody who's been watching this for years, this attorney general must have really, scrutinized this question of going in for a search and then bringing it to a judge this week. That's why I personally don't think, based on my knowing this attorney general and our covering of him, that he's somebody who would have allowed this to happen in a rash way, because he had to know that as soon as this happened, it would supercharge a supercharged environment. And in fact, that's what we saw. As soon as President Trump put out confirmation on Monday that the raid had been done and was underway, we immediately started seeing factions on the far right, neo-Nazis, white supremacists, militia organizers, calling for violence, as they always have done, against Jews. The Attorney General is Jewish. Against the FBI, federal law enforcement, against other perceived enemies they perceive to be enemies of President Trump. It was like clockwork. And then by the next morning, there was already a body of evidence online of this really ugly, terrible, violent rhetoric that had law enforcement incredibly concerned. You cannot believe for a second that the Attorney General and his senior staff at the Justice Department, that they at all were blind to what was going to happen in the wake of this type of a search.
Did you see that Trump released a damning video exposing the corruption of the New York Attorney General, who has been leading his own witch hunt against Trump? Trump fires back with a video exposing corrupt New York Attorney General's witch hunt. Here she is in her own words.
What would you say to people who say, oh, I'm not going to bother to register to vote because my voice doesn't make a difference, or I'm just one person?
I say one name, Donald Trump. That should motivate you. Get off your ass and vote.
Will you sue him for us?
Oh, we're going to definitely sue him. We're going to be a real pain in the ass. He's going to know my name personally.
I love it. He probably does already.
He built his wealth off the backs of New Yorkers.
We need to focus on Donald Trump and his abuses. We need to follow his money. We need to find out where he's laundered money. All of those transactions have happened here in New York City. Tell this president and every other individual that no one is above the law.
I say the bottom line is that residents from Brooklyn who are going to really make the difference are energized. Individuals from the city are energized. Individuals who care about statewide issues are energized. Individuals who care about, again, going after Donald Trump, this illegitimate government president of the United States. Individuals who care that he has colluded and that he's violated the Emoluments Clause. And that basically all that he stands for is in violation of our values and who we are as a people and as a society. And so individuals who care about this country and who care about our rights and who care about, again, immigrants who are hiding right now, we've got to make some noise. We've got to let our voices know. And what we need is someone who's going to take the fight to White House at the same time representing the interests of New York. Her name is Letitia James, and that's the Attorney General.
Running for Attorney General because I will never be afraid to challenge this illegitimate president when our fundamental rights are at stake. A legal system where even the most powerful in the country cannot use a loophole to evade justice. We must do our job to ensure that the man currently occupying the Oval Office is held accountable to any and everything he has done.
Hey, would you like to hop in my car and drive to Mexico for some cheap beer and cheap gas. If you're a Californian, Californians are driving hours across the border to Mexico for their gas and groceries because it's more affordable than in the U.S. Americans are going to Mexico for cheaper groceries and gas. Every penny counts. I think they need to check their trunk to see if they had any stowaways because, folks, never know. We can't trust some of those pesky Californians.
For the 7th straight month, food prices in the U.S. have gone up, which means Americans are looking elsewhere, like even in other countries, for their favorite foods.
If you're on a budget, you got to take care of yourself.
Like Gibran Jimenez, who drove nearly 2 hours to get to Tijuana with a wife, 2 children, and a third due next month. He says he needs all the financial help he can get.
I got to save as much as I can. Every penny counts.
And we walked with David and Maria McCarty across the border. They came for street tacos and a routine pet checkup.
Cheaper. It's much cheaper to do it down here. Everything is a lot cheaper down in Mexico. You can go out and have a giant meal and spend about $20. And it'll cost you $100 in San Diego or Chula Vista.
California bargain hunters are shopping in Tijuana like never before. Shop owners at the popular Mercado Hidalgo have seen a 20 to 30% jump in American tourism during the weekdays. And when you look at the prices, it's easy to see why. A gallon of milk is 50% off compared to the U.S. A 4-pack of toilet paper is nearly $5 cheaper, and a 24-pack of Tylenol is also $1 less. And don't worry about the cost to get there. You may as well fill up on gas, because that's also $1.24 cheaper than the California average.
Gas prices, they're going up like crazy, and that's what kills us, the middle class.
Your money goes farther in Mexico.
So more Hunter Biden text messages continue to drip, 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 drip out that show Joe Biden was in on his crooked foreign deals. We all know this. Everybody knows this. What's going on here? Now even left-wing The Hill News is reporting Joe made up to 50% on those deals. I saw it basically a hashtag on Twitter, trending 50% for the big guy. The Hill says Hunter's lucrative business dealings often included giving as much as 50% of his earnings to his dad, Joe Biden, according to a text message. Pedo Peter, which is Joe Biden's nickname that Hunter Biden gave him. 50% to the big guy. Wow.
Over the weekend, we learned that Hunter's lucrative business dealings often included giving as much as 50% of his earnings to his dad, President Joe Biden, according to text messages on the old laptop.
The text read, quote, "I hope you all can do what I did and pay for everything for this entire family for 30 years, Hunter allegedly said to his daughter Naomi in 2019, quote, "It's really hard, but don't worry. Unlike Pop, I won't make you give me half your salary." Pop is in reference to the president.
Thanks for listening to Go Right with Peter Boykin. Please like this post and please subscribe and follow and share this podcast to all your social media accounts and visit GoRightNews.com for more Go Right News with Peter Boykin. If you like what you hear, help support the podcast by donating. The link to donate is on GoRightNews.com. Thank you for your support.
Check out this news story and more on GoRightNews.com and the podcast #GoRight with Peter Boykin.
Go right and register to vote. Your vote matters, so vote. Go right and vote. #Go right. Go right. Do right. Be right. Go right. Do right. Be right. Lead right. Think right. Vote right. Vote right. Think right. Lead right. #Go right. It's time to join the Go Right movement. It is time to #Go Right for America. Join us at GoRight.us and GoRightNews.com. It is time for the Great American Revival, and it is time to #Go Right for America.
Thanks again, everybody, for listening to this, and please share it everywhere. Again, this has been #GoRight with